Aquarius. I'm Ronique and welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to your June 2024 career tarot reading. This is where we're going to take a look at your finances, your job, your career. If you are looking to get out of a certain career, or possibly you're trying to climb the corporate ladder, or you are someone who has their own business. Maybe you are retired and you are thinking of investing. This is a really good time to look at your possessions, your self-worth. These readings I think are really helpful because they also give you a better holistic view of the month, but also looking back and seeing how far you have come over these last few months. But now that we are in June, Aquarius, this is a really great time to look at those mid-year 2024 tarot readings. I did 4 of them based on your element. I will leave the description below, but it will help you see from January to June of this year how far you have come. Also take a look at those June general tarot readings. I will also leave that link below. I want to thank each and every one of you, Aquarius. If you haven't already subscribed, I would love if you would. All right, let's go week by week. So you start off week 1 in June, 3 of Wands in the reverse, as well as the 8 of Swords, also in reverse. Second week of June finds you with the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse, as well as the King of Cups, also in reverse. Third week of June finds you with the 3 of Cups in the upright. Nice to see an upright card there, Aquarius, as well as the Lovers, Gemini energy. We are in Gemini season as we open up the month. And then we end with the 4 of Cups in the reverse, as well as the 4 of Pentacles, also in reverse. So 2 4s there at the end of the month. Really interesting to see how most of your cards are reversals, except for week 3, which is that summer solstice. So interesting to see that, Aquarius. Let's go ahead and pull a card representing the energy that you moved out of May with and brought into the month of June. Spirit, if you can send Aquarius a card representing the energy they bring into the month. And you have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So for many of you all, the Queen of Wands could be that card of really needing to focus on you. Queen of Wands also could be more of a motherly energy, but it could be one of more fiery energy. But you have been looking through the month of May at where it is that you can increase either your finances or your self-worth. I can't get that card in focus, but where it is you need to really focus on yourself and also focus on your finances and your job, but not necessarily like more work, more about what it is that you feel good about and what it is that you are not feeling like you are growing at this job. Queen of Wands is a more nurturing queen, but with it in reverse, it almost feels like through the month of May, you weren't really focusing on you, you were focusing more on the job. So Spirit wants to remind you that throughout the month of June, make sure you're making time for yourself and not just for your career, okay? So that's really important, Aquarius. So let's go ahead and pull a card that is going to be an oracle message. Spirit, if you can send Aquarius an additional message for the month of June. And you have Queen of Water. So you have the Queen of Wands coming into the month, and you have the Queen of Water as your overarching oracle message. So it says, tender-hearted, empathic, patient, loving. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition. Care for yourself and others. So I think this is really nice, Aquarius, because I do think that you all are a sign that usually does have a very deep compassion for community and people around you and working with others. And I do think that this month is going to be one where you're really focusing on not only yourself, but all other people in terms of how they feel. This could be your colleagues, but this also could be you feeling better about where you are at in just your own life. And I do think that sometimes we focus so much on our career that we forget to make sure that we are feeling good. And that's what I was getting with that Queen of Wands too. making sure you feel good. This Queen of Water is also saying trust your intuition more than you're trusting your eyes and ears. Okay, so keep that in mind, Aquarius, but I think that's a beautiful energy for you for the month of June. So as we're looking at the month as a whole, what I think is very interesting is that all of your cards are in reverse except for this third week of the month when we have that summer solstice, which means this week is going to be really big for you, but it looks like you have some type of decision making coming in the door. And I do think that some of you have had some disappointment in the past, but it does look like by the time you get to that second week of the month, money challenges and conversations could be going away. It could be a lot more helpful for you, that you're not worrying about how much money you make or when you're going to get your next raise, or if the person next to you is making more money doing the same job. All of that kind of like mental conversations, I think, go away by the time you get to that summer solstice week, the 20th. And by the time you get to the Capricorn full moon, there is some type of realization with either your partner, a business partner, possibly a colleague, that you're feeling really good about where you're at in your life. And I think that's really important, since you came in with kind of some confusion. And when you end the month, you have 2 4s on the ground. And so there is this like duality, especially with Cancerian energy, once you end the month, of where you are at with not hoarding too many things. I do think that that's a challenge when you get into a lack mentality with money, so make sure that's not occurring at the end of the month. Okay, so we'll talk about that more as we go through the dates, but we do open up the month off the heels of that Mercury and Uranus conjunction in Taurus on the 31st. For some of you all, some out of the blue information could have come through around the beginning of the month, and I do think this 8 of Swords and 3 of Wands, it's interesting to see them both in reverse, because it's almost like the 8 of Swords is this energy of not knowing your next steps, not feeling comfortable with where you are going. But the 3 of Wands is this like, I'm strategizing, right? And so I do think that you're having this kind of tug of war with yourself as to like, are you in the right place? Do you want to try something new? Do you need to give where you're at a little more time before you make this decision? These are going to be those themes that come up throughout the first week or 2 of June. Now, Aquarius, I do think it's important to note that as we move through this month, the 5 of Pentacles in reverse is suggesting that at one time you had a kind of like a mental block around your money, around how you were feeling about your money. And we do have a Gemini new moon on June 6th, and then we have Mars entering Taurus on the 9th. I do think around this week is when you're going to have some new ideas of how to move forward. And I think you're no longer concerned about where or how much you're making. It's more about if you're feeling good about it. King of Cups, intuition, possibly someone coming in and helping you through these conversations with yourself. And I feel like that 5 of Pentacles in reverse, it's actually good to see 5 of Pentacles in reverse, because it means that you are moving past the concern about your money, not still feeling sorry for yourself. So I think that's beautiful energy that second week of June. Now, by the time you get to that third week, like I said, this is the only week that you have both cards in the upright, which is showing me that you have moved through those first few weeks of kind of like being in this, I don't want to say denial, but not believing where you're at, kind of like not knowing what the next steps are. But by the time you get to the third week, celebrations are happening. This could be around the summer solstice on the 20th. And it also could be around when Mercury and Venus enter Cancer on the 17th. Feeling good about the people around you, more of an energy of helping out someone. This could be a business colleague, or it could be a partner. And I do think that many of you all also could have a really happy family life. That could also come up during this time, like a partner at home. Maybe you all are celebrating aside from your work. Okay, so that could also come in this month. Now, by the time you end the month, when we have a Capricorn full moon on the 21st and Saturn retrograde begins in Pisces on the 29th, some of you have been thinking through how much you have concentrated on money. And I do think with both of these in the reverse, Four of Cups is like that contemplative energy, and Four of Pentacles is like, I kind of call it hoarding energy, because it just feels like you don't want to let go. It's like that lack mentality. Those energies are going away. So as you move into July, Aquarius, really take stock in how far you have come and how you have moved past this, like, I'm concerned I won't make any more. I'm concerned I won't find a better job. Those type of conversations are going away by month's end. So I'm really glad to see that, because I do think you started off June with like this kind of confusing, not quite sure what the strategy is, and you're leaving out of the month with a feeling of like, okay, I've been celebrating with my friends or family, colleagues, something good is happening. And by the time I move into July, I'm going to have a much better way of going about things, caring more about others. I think that's going to be huge. So I hope you all have a great June, Aquarius. Do take a look at your sun, moon, and rising signs. And if you haven't subscribed, I would love if you would. Talk to you later.